If one wants to have infinite happiness, infinite bliss, then we ought to minimize numbers of desires. How to lead a life cheerfully? One simple answer that comes to my heart is to always living in the present. We should not allow our life to get bogged down by our past conditioning, past experiences. But then the question arises, the past experiences that was so painful for me, how can I forget it? Well, we have to take a lesson, a learning from the past experience. What makes us angry sometimes, what makes us sad sometimes, what makes us irritable at times is often due to this emotional baggage that we carry. But through heartfulness way of our practice, how long can such memory last in our heart? Not very long. When we practice cleaning very regularly and take sittings from preceptors regularly, then there is no chance for such a baggage to last in your heart. We get rid of this baggage of emotional baggage, and when we free up this space inside, I think you can expand it for better qualities, you see. And as we become better and better with these things, you become, I think, so sensitive that even the very thought of getting angry will upset you, will disturb you. So you cannot get angry. It's not that you will not, you cannot. You lose this ability slowly and slowly, automatically, without planning to become kinder or loving or compassionate. You automatically become that. How one destroys inner emotional state. Our experience is so that when you're angry, that's the moment when we lose this inner emotional balance. That happiness seems to simply disappear in fit of anger. And when does anger appear in the heart? When certain things are happening against your will or against your desire. If one wants to have infinite happiness, infinite bliss, then we ought to minimize numbers of desires, from more and more of it to less and less, and finally, if possible, to zero. Make peace with yourself. But how can you enjoy happiness unless there is some peace within and surrounding you? If there is restlessness, I don't think anyone can be happy. It is only in a peaceful environment that we can embrace, we can hug these elements of peace. And peace is not possible, according to Lord Krishna, unless and until you develop a contemplative mind. And he questions Arjuna, how can you arrive at such a contemplative mind unless you have a focused mind? How can you arrive at a focused mind? How can you regulate your mind? Unless and until you meditate. So my urge, my constant urge to all of you is to connect these dots. That unless and until I meditate, I will not be able to regulate my mind. If I cannot regulate my mind, I cannot remain focused. If I cannot remain focused, I cannot become contemplative. And in absence of contemplative mind, forget about peace. And if there is no peace, where will you find happiness in this world? Happiness or contentment through meditation is achievable. Likewise, Newton, he was relaxing under an apple tree. So the root of all these fundamental researches is possible. I mean, you are able to find something profound only when you are relaxed, so relaxed. You can't find things under attention. You may be in a total turmoil, but your heart should be at rest and absolutely still. Then something good can emerge out of it. How to vaccinate ourselves against, for example, anger, sadness, anxiety, depression, all kinds of mental disorders. Because once you are gripped by anger or sadness, it's very difficult to get out of it at that moment. Time is the only solution, or some level of understanding, or some level of consolation in your heart will do. But it takes time to heal. And when you lose your focus, you lose your discriminative faculty from deciding what is right, what is wrong. So, especially when you are angry, don't make a decision in haste. Happiness is not something lurking outside. It always comes from within. Happiness is like contentment, is a product of something that happens within ourselves, you see. Happiness is a result of a spiritual attainments from within. And these spiritual attainments can never be outside. It's again a byproduct. That's why we feel it that yes, happiness can come only from inside.